I've never had this before. I don't know what I'm in for.
I don't know if I want to try. Welcome to Married to Portuguese. On each episode, my English-Irish husband, Bob, and I discuss and laugh about our life and adventures in the Portuguese culture.
Bom dia.
Bom dia. I don't know why it makes me laugh every time. It's the gesture. It is the gesture. And yeah, it is. Well, what do we have today, Bob? We're
going to do another food one. And I know we keep going back to this but it's a lot of fun for us. So we're going to go back to food. And, when I've been in the grocery stores lately, I've just been really taking my time and looking for offbeat items that we can put into this. And maybe offbeat's not fair. Offbeat just meaning things that we don't normally eat. Now, one of the deals...
Yes.
When we started dating back in the 1980s, way back when, was rice pudding, my introduction to rice pudding. Now, I grew up traditional American household.
Yes.
Rice pudding was kind of like tapioca pudding. Very similar consistency, which I like tapioca pudding an awful lot.
I like tapioca pudding.
And so then we get to Maria's house. We, meaning me, I get to Maria's house and find this completely different take on rice pudding that was thicker and different consistency, different flavor, top-notch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
my favorite, as we all know.
And your favorite. So I think my dad really liked rice pudding. Kind of my memory, but it's been a while. And so the treat would be...
Cozy Shack.
Yeah, like Cozy Shack. I mean, that's what you can find in a typical American grocery store.
We're saying names here, but no one is paying us or anything. Okay? Just want to make sure.
Right. But we're not...
We're not opposed to it.
Right. If a case of Cozy Shack appeared at my door... I'd find room in the fridge for it.
You would.
I would, but I haven't had it in probably 40 years.
Yeah.
I guess. So we're going to correct that today. We're going to try some rice puddings that I found in the grocery store. Mm-hmm. And we've got some savory little treats. And as we're going into all of the festas.
Yeah, the savory treats are all Portuguese. Just yes. Putting that there. Okay.
Those are just, and we'll talk about it. So maybe we should talk about the rice puddings first. So what is your challenge with rice pudding that you didn't personally make?
There's a certain consistency.
You get very heated about.
I'm very picky about certain rice puddings, and I don't like it too watery. I love it when there's a wonderful infused lemon smell to it. I love the cinnamon on top of it. The rice has to be cooked nicely. Like I don't want to bite into it and all of a sudden be crunching, the rice because the rice wasn't cooked all the way through. There's certain specific things that I like that has to be, for me to get the A-OK from it. And I like rice pudding warm and I like rice pudding cold. It doesn't matter that, but it's certain consistencies, the flavor, the smell, all of that. That's important to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're a rice pudding snob. Let's get down.
I am a rice pudding snob. I am.
You're trying to make it sound like you're open to it, but you're not.
Yeah, I'm a snob when it comes to that.
A rice pudding snob.
Yeah, because there's some that I'll take a taste and I'll go, oh, I can't, But then I'll go, oh, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, I'm full. Or, whatever. So I don't have to eat anymore.
All right. So the first up is Cozy Shack.
All right. We're going to...
If you haven't seen Cozy Shack, it's in the refrigerated section at your grocery store.
At your local grocery store.
Like this.
Yeah.
And original recipe rice pudding. I took my glasses off because I'm vain. So it says some other words on here. Oh, gluten-free.
Well, it's rice. I mean...
So... All right, I'm going to have a taste. I'll be doing the tasting.
All right, can I smell it at least?
You can certainly.
Okay. It's no smell. How is it?
Well,
see, that looks like tapioca to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because that looks mushy.
Go for one more, just because I'm trying to isolate what the flavors are.
Am I even tasting this?
You can.
Yeah, there's hardly any. I'm gonna go just a little.
Yeah, it's like tapioca to me. I like puddings too. I like chocolate pudding. I like vanilla pudding.
If someone said this was tapioca pudding and gave this to me, I wouldn't question it.
Well, I would, because tapioca is a very unique texture.
I mean, it has those little bubbles in it. Yes, I get it.
But it tastes like tapioca.
This tastes like tapioca.
So, listen, Cozy Shack, folks, nice pudding.
It tastes good. I mean, it's not like it doesn't taste good.
You could use a little more rice.
It could use more rice. It's a little bit too yeah, vanilla. Very high on vanilla, because now I'm getting all the tastes coming through.
Wonder how we could bean that up.
Bean that up?
Mm-hmm.
No beaning.
Yeah.
No. I mean, the only other thing would be adding a little bit of cinnamon on top, which would be nice. So I guess in a quick, I really would like some, but I don't want to take the time to make it. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's just not going to be thick. It's going to be on the wetter side of it, but flavor's good.
Okay.
It's not okay. It's okay.
All right. So the second one that I'm going to try, I found in the 1 foot wide by 3 shelves British import section, which really just seems like so bizarrely placed. So they've got teas and biscuits. And I was looking at this, looking to see, well, what do you have for tea? And I'm blanking on the brands that they have, but it's the stuff that you'd see on
Is that Bigelow?
TV.
No,
but no, it's not Bigelow.
It's not Bigelow.
All right, but I wasn't looking for it, but I saw a can of raised pudding. And I didn't want to spill here in the newly remodeled studio. So Ambrosia is the brand.
Ambrosia.
Mm-hmm. Ambrosia.
All I know is he came home from the grocery store and he was tickled pink. He's like, you'll never guess what I got. I got these, there's some other stuff that we'll be trying later on and stuff like biscuits, certain English biscuits, which I love. I mean, English biscuits are really good.
They're the best.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
No. I mean, I love Maria biscuits. Don't go there. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to argue about who makes the best biscuits. But I could have some of those from English biscuits. They do their biscuits well, too. They do. Different flavors, but they do them well. But a can of rice pudding, I just wanted to go, yeah.
So it looks much like Cozy Shack, but it's a darker color.
All right, I know I have to smell my food. Isn't that something? There is no smell. There's no smell.
Right, I'm going in. I've never had this before. I don't know what I'm in for.
I don't know if I want to try.
You're not helping me a bit.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I've traveled around the world, and I've tried all sorts of foods, and I have never hesitated like I am here, and I can't explain why. Folks at Ambrosia, I'm sure you're really good people.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to take a little less on the spoon. Some things shouldn't come in cans.
It shouldn't come in cans.
I guess that's where I'm at.
I guess, yeah.
I'm stalling. The instructions said that you could heat it up or have it cold.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's good to know.
Well, God bless you folks. I mean,
bless you folks.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going.
Go in.
I don't want to have rice pudding.
Yeah, and? How is it?
Okay.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm not going to have any more.
I'm not even trying it. I'm sorry. I can't.
So, the consistency is the same as Cozy Shack.
Really?
But it's not cold, so it's just a little less thick. It's pudding with some texture in it. from the rice, but it's really lacking flavor.
It not as vanilla,
It doesn't have the vanilla flavor,
which the Cozy Shack did.
Yeah.
That was a nice flavor for someone, again, who wants to have rice pudding and quick and doesn't want to make it and likes that consistency. It's perfect.
So now that I've tasted it, now I can do some research on this stuff. If you've had this, right, if you've had ambrosia, please let Maria know on Facebook your experience, because that's not for me.
Yeah, I'm not even trying it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ambrosia.
Clear the palate with some Cozy Shack.
I'm not doing it. I'm not trying it. No. You know, we say we're not eating it out of a can, but you know what? When we were in the Azores, they had hot dogs in a can that they eat.
And in glass jars.
There was a whole, it's funny how sometimes I get picked on sometimes from my fellow Portuguese people who are fair friends. Like, oh, what did you have today? Hamburgers and hot dogs because you're in America. Whatever. But when we go there, like when we come here, we don't see a whole long display of hot dogs. At room temperature. That it takes up a whole aisle, pretty much. A whole aisle.
They're eating a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah. Who's eating more hot dogs? I don't think it's us. I think they like to eat hot dogs too. I just want to put that out there. Yeah, it's not just us.
All right, so what do you have next for me here?
Okay, so now I figured, if you're doing the English thing and you're doing Cozy Shack and all that stuff, you got to try now. If that was sweet, you got to do savory. And now we're in festa time.
Yep.
Festas happen from May, right after the feast of Santo Cristo. That's kind of like the opening of the feasts, the religious feasts. And it goes through the beginning of October, if I'm not mistaken. And so in it, and it is very religious in the sense that it's religious and it's not. How can I explain that? Because there's a patron saint for each village. There's a patron saint for each church. So they're celebrating their patron saints.
Everybody's welcome.
But everyone is welcome.
Everybody's welcome.
And I've heard that from some people saying, well, I'm not, Roman Catholic. Can I still go to these feasts? Of course you can. Because after the service at church and the procession and all of that stuff, then it becomes more secular. So that it goes into the village square, and you have now places where they're selling beer and wine and sandwiches and treats and ice cream and just like you name it. And also these little things to have so that you can have it with your beer, your beer and your wine and all that stuff. So these are like little things to get your appetite going and to drink more beer.
What do you have?
So first thing I have is I have pumpkin seeds. And the pumpkin seeds are spicy. They have a little thing to it. They have a little kick. There's some flavor to it. It's really, it's yummy. Not too much of a kick on this one. Oh, I take it back. I just had a little kick come out.
These baked or fried?
These are, you can roast these. These are all roasted.
Right. So
these are roasted pumpkin seeds with a lot of seasoning in it. For paprika, it's got paprika in it. It's got some little bit of spice. Really yummy. So that with a nice cold beer, delicious.
All right. So it's the flavors, the spices that make it kind of Portuguese.
Correct. Then we have fava beans. Fava beans that some people roast, some people fry them.
A lot of kids are really excited to have fava beans, especially as a snack.
Okay. They would if it was this.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember growing up more with this. My dad liked more of these beans, the fava beans, the crunchy ones.
Oh, they're nice.
Oh, yeah, they're real good. More than the pumpkin. He didn't care that much for pumpkin. So we had more of...
So same question, fried or baked?
These are fried. There's no way around this one. I think baked, these are nice and crunchy.
Not overly salty.
No, very nice.
You know, I was reading a story this morning about adding a pinch of salt to like a lighter beer, Coronas and stuff. It brings the flavor out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Not with dark beers,
but with light beers.
Light beers.
Good to know. And what's funny, when you say that, Sagst, Superbock, Especial, they're all almost like a low, like Bud Light or Corona, whatever. Anything of that lower, it's the same. So you can have those beers really nice in it. You can have a few of them without it.
What else you got for me here?
So the last thing I have are corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
So it's just corn. There's no nuts involved in this.
Well, it's corn.
It's corn, but because they've been fried,
they become
crunchy
and like nuts.
That's
yes.
Crazy.
And then this. Oh, that's my favorite. This one's my favorite.
All right.
This one's my favorite.
These taste like bugles.
Bugles?
Mm-hmm.
You just said that and I never had that thought. Well, it absolutely is like bugles.
All right. Not my fave.
Not your fave, which I love.
I'm not crazy about bugles.
And I love bugles. So there you go. As a little kid, I loved those. I would always make believe I was, I didn't think with it.
So, it's interesting. Right? So you cook with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to make a snack, again, you use what you have.
Right.
No different. I mean, we use potatoes to make potato chips.
Correct.
But you wouldn't otherwise think of, if you didn't know about potato chips, you would think that, potatoes are just something that I have for dinner.
Correct.
And we have corn chips. So we're doing the same thing, but we'd like to mash them up and
right. Whereas here, it's all just doing the whole thing. Oh, there it is. So, I mean, this is my favorite one. The corn one's favorite.
Now I need to go find a beer.
Yeah, next one is the fava bean. I love that one. This one's really good. Then my third favorite is that.
Mm-hmm.
But I make pumpkin seeds in the fall. I don't make them. I season them. I roast them. So I never throw away any of the pumpkin seeds whenever we're roasting pumpkins for a jam or for whatever I'm making. I'll always season them with, it's as simple as with olive oil, all the different seasoning that just goes in the oven. So this is very straightforward. But these are the little snacks that I wanted to make sure that you guys out there try it.
All fun.
It's all fun. So don't be hesitant to try.
Ambrosia, please. I would love to hear somebody else's opinion. I've got to be doing something wrong. All right. That's it. I think
all right, guys.
We're overstaying our
welcome. Bye now.
Thanks.
Have a great one.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'd love to hear your ideas for topics. Ciao.